up, guys? How y'all doing today? Well, baby, if your name is Jay-Z, it looks like this Diddy fiasco is the least of your worries. Y'all, Jay-Z actually came out and announced something super, super big that he was donating 300 million to the Philly school system. And baby, the public has not let him rest since. Y'all, let's get into this, right? Jay-Z announced in XXL Hip Hop Magazine and not like Wall Street Journal or just hear me out. It's not because Wall Street Journal is more prestigious than Double XL. It's because they announced that Jay-Z's Rock Nation will donate 300 million toward the education of Philadelphia students. And when I heard that, I said, "Oh, that's a way to get away from the Diddy news." Right? I said, "Oh, that's really good. That's really positive." Until people that actually look at the public school system and work with Philadelphia kids actually broke down what's really going on. And listen, I'm just going to say it. I think anyone that agreed to this should be ashamed of themselves for agreeing to be the face of something so shady. And to top it all off, Jay-Z isn't donating 300 million. He's not donating anything, right? Anything, any of that money. They're literally trying to siphon 300 million off of the public school budget, y'all. What is going on? Let me just get into this, right? First of all, let me give a shout out to Ida B. Wells on Twitter. She was the first person to actually ran the alarm bell about this mess. And she said that she actually said so let me just tell you what Double XL said, right? Bring you up to speed. Jay-Z's Rock Nation will spearhead an educational campaign in Philadelphia that helps students K through 12 from low-income households secure about 300 million in scholarships to attend the city's private schools. Events will be held by Rock Nation to bring awareness to Pennsylvania Award for Student Success, PASS, Senate Bill 757 legislation helping increase education opportunities for underprivileged youth in the lowest performing public schools. And I said, what, like, how could you find fault in that? But IDB Wells came in and said, baby, it's not about finding fault. This whole thing is faulty. She said, I really wish rich, out of touch folks who know nothing about education would just stop. One, read the fine print. This is a government voucher program. And that means that 300 million that Jay-Z said he's donating, it doesn't exist. They're not donating anything. Forget this. Voucher programs have not been shown to improve results for poor Black children because most cannot get into high quality private schools. Two, read the fine print. All the money is coming from taxpayers, i.e., the government. Rock Nation is not funding this. It is just launching an educational campaign that maybe it is being paid to do. Now, before you say who's it being paid by, it's being paid by the Republicans in the Senate. Now, we're not getting into an argument about whether you Democrat or Republican. I really don't care. The point of the matter is, this is not what's being advertised, right? Rock Nation is not funding this. It's just launching an educational campaign that maybe it is being paid to do. I'm researching, but certainly its involvement is to convince poor Black parents to leave the public schools. Three, what do you think what do you think that 300 million could do for improving those low performing public schools? Four, it is a lie that these programs do not take from the public school funding. Fewer kids in the classroom means fewer dollars to the school. And five, this is a windfall to the city's private schools at the expense of public ones that most kids attend. All right. She went on to say, stop playing with us. Not only do students who go to private schools on vouchers not perform better, 1 out of 5 leaves the private school and actually see improved academic results by returning to public schools. And then she puts up the actual research. Tax-funded private tuition programs reduce student achievement and also mixed attained results and high school exit rates. She said this is no different than the right-wing efforts in Arizona, Florida, and elsewhere. Just because they put a Black face on it does not mean any different. So now it comes back into Now it comes back into, and what a lot of people have called Jay-Z out on in the past. He puts a black face on white venture capitalists, white billionaires, white people. And again, right? Non-black people that want to eat off of what's going on in the inner city, but if they went into themselves, they would be accused of being exploitive. If you guys don't know, Jay-Z was one of the very first people to basically get the Barclays Center approved in downtown Brooklyn, start the gentrification, say that the Barclay was black owned, even though this was a $1 billion project. He owned less than 0.000001. They literally 2 or 3 years after that kicked him out of the Barclay project after it was built. And I think he got a payment of like $327,000 or something or other. It was something very, very small. He was not a majority holder. He was a minority holder, no pun intended, at the most. But you guys, it gets deeper than that because I want to just take you guys through this. Why are they doing this? How is this good publicity with everything that's going on with the Diddy stuff? How? And it also makes me think if Jay-Z is actually for sale like this, where does he get his money from? Tidal's not really doing anything. Um, you saw what happened with the NFL with Live Nation, Rock Nation, where he sold Kirkpatrick out, the quarterback out, Kirkpatrick, whatever, sold him out just for the NFL stuff. You saw what happened with Barkley. What is exactly going on? Literally, I really honestly don't understand. This ain't it. Pennsylvanians have also slammed Rock Nation. Now, maybe this isn't Jay Z. Maybe this is Rock Nation doing this, but Jay Z is making himself the face of it. So he needs to listen. Patron Saint of Macho on Twitter said Jay Z would sell each of us to the highest bidder. If that meant he could be the first to do so. Right? Another person said it's even telling where this was first announced. XXL magazine. This is a hip hop outlet. He's really doing the Kaepernick Barkley's blueprint all over again. Right? People magazine did an article trying to sum up the narrative the Rock Nation was pushing, saying that they're going to spearhead a $300 million educational campaign. First of all, they're trying to make it seem like he's the one donating it, right? Because I think, yeah, Tina Knowles reposted something saying Jay-Z's Rock Nation will donate $300 million toward the education of Philadelphia students when they're not donating anything. These are private school. This is public vouchers. Anyway, uh, let's get into this. This ain't it. Pennsylvania slams Jay-Z's Rock Nation for school voucher push. They said an out-of-state billionaire is pairing with a suburban Philadelphia one to try to destroy public education. Y'all, they said, just to be clear, for those not in Pennsylvania, the legislation Jay-Z is supporting here is a Republican-led effort to gut public education, spearhead future cabinet member Jeffrey Yass. You guys, oh gosh, this is a mess. This is a mess. I actually feel sorry for the kids. I don't know why Jay-Z would get involved in this, but honestly, they either need to retract or do something because you can't tell me that they didn't know all the players involved and know what was going on. Why is he putting the Rock Nation out like they gave 300 million when they're basically siphoning? Again, this seems like another NFL situation. Whew. They said as pro public education groups plan to rally at Pennsylvania State Capitol, educators and advocates on Friday criticized hip hop icon Jay-Z's company Rock Nation over a campaign backing a proposed school voucher program in the Commonwealth. The campaign's Dine and Learn events in Philadelphia this month are intended to share information about the Pennsylvania Award for Student Success. It's called a PASS. If approved by state legislatures in the next budget, the program would put tax dollars toward education opportunity accounts for certain families who send their children to private schools rather than public. We've enjoyed such a special connection with Philadelphians, so we've made it our mission to invest in the long-term success of the city's changemakers. Impact starts with the students and with awareness. We want to empower the youth and families with the knowledge to pursue their scholastic dreams, make their voices heard, and become the leaders of tomorrow. The campaign to multiple headlines about how Rock Nation is helping underprivileged students in Philadelphia get into private schools. But some critics are putting tax money, in this case, potentially tens and hundreds of millions of dollars, toward private school tuition, expressed disappointment and frustration. This ain't it. This was the American Federation of Teachers of Pennsylvania. Um, they're saying he partnered with suburban Philadelphia multi-billionaire Jeffrey Yoss, a Republican mega donor with a history of using his money to push for school vouchers and defeat progressive political candidates. Now, just so you guys know, this isn't the first time Jay-Z, like I said, put his face on something to make it friendly, to be like he's bringing it to the people when he is nothing but a paid endorsement. They said, don't get it twisted. PASS is a yassified school choice school voucher build. Other people mentioned YAS, Phil Gentry, an organizer with West Philadelphia Coalition for Neighborhood Schools, reporting that the billionaire is being considered as a potential Treasury Secretary. Okay, listen. They said, as Pennsylvania is on the verge of transforming the most inequitable school funding system in the nation, an out-of-state billionaire, that is the Yes guy, is pairing with this, and Jay-Z is pairing with a suburban Philadelphia one to try to destroy the public education instead. You guys, the attorney highlighted that Jay-Z, the hip hop billionaire's company, is pushing for vouchers as Democrats in the Pennsylvania House of Representatives are working to pass a $5.1 billion transformation to help the Commonwealth's poorest school districts and sharing in the capital. He's pushing for vouchers the same week they're trying to pass a transformative $5.1 billion thing to actually help every single public school system in Pennsylvania. And I'm sorry, every single public school. Y'all listen. Again, they said the voucher programs are not doing anything. Read the fine print. They said they need to stop playing with us. You guys, Jay-Z should be ashamed of himself. And I don't know how this is actually ever going to help him beat these Diddy stuff. But I guess when that Diddy money runs out, he gonna have to find some way to bring some money in. Beyonce can't be the only breadwinner in that family. Anyway, y'all, let me know what you think in the comments. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.